Alright, so as you can see right here, I list out everything that you guys need to do the job. I list out everything that needs to be removed in order to get the job done. This is a 1 1/16 inch wrench. I drenched every single bolt, including that one, that nut at the bottom, with penetrating fluid, just to make sure that it would come free. You don't want to break that. If you do, then you have to remove the intake manifold in order to replace that EGR tube, which can be a pain with all the wires and hoses that you have to remove. And you just want to keep working it loose until you can loosen it by hand. And as you can see right here, it's off. So now I'm using the 1/2 inch. There's actually 2 bolts on this side, one that holds the bracket and one that holds the EGR to the intake plenum. You may need an open-ended wrench on the backside. I didn't need to. I'm guessing because I used the penetrating fluid. But you may need to have an open-ended wrench on that nut in order to get it all the way off. Now before removing the other nut, I decided to go ahead and remove that electrical connector. As you can see right here, one of the clips broke on it, but that's okay because there's still one that's good. It's a 1995, those clips are going to break. And then don't forget your vacuum line on the back. And now we can remove the other 1/2 inch. Now this EGR valve is free at this point right here, but it's kind of seized up on there with the gasket. As you can see, it took me a little bit of effort in order to get it off, but it did come off. Now I'm going to cover this tube at the bottom with just a glove to make sure nothing falls in there. Anything that falls in there is going to end up falling back in your engine, so just be careful. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this up too, because I'm going to have to take a wire brush to this after I get that gasket off, and I don't want anything falling in there. Yeah, as you can see, I can take the gasket off now. And I'm going to put that paper towel back in there to prevent anything from falling in there, as I used a wire brush to remove the other material from the gasket. Use some brake clean to clean it off and you are good. Now this is a 1/4 inch socket. There's 3 bolts at the top of the EGR valve that you need to remove that electrical connector from. Luckily the EGR valve that I bought has 3 new bolts, so I don't really care what happens to these, but if you need to reuse yours, hopefully yours comes with new bolts, because these are going to break. There's one. All 3 of them break. You'll see that coming up here. And there's a second broken bolt. Yep, 3 for 3. And that comes right off. Now that's the old gasket you do want to remove. The kit that I bought does have a new gasket that I need to put on. You'll see me remove it right now. There's a new gasket. Remember which orientation you took the old one off, because I believe that there's 2, both sides look different. So you want to make sure you put it on the exact same way. And make sure you put this electrical connector back on too, with the vacuum line in the back. And now just put the new bolts in and you should be good to go. Yeah, you do not want to over tighten these, because that's just plastic. So you want to tighten it down to where it's just barely hand tight, but you know that it's sealed. Just make sure you don't crack it. Now you just got to install it. It's very simple. Some cars have the EGR valve near the back of the engine. Luckily on my truck it's right up front, so very easy to install. And these I'm just going to hand tight too. You'll actually see me, I think you'll see me use the impact on this, but it's like I barely let it tighten up. I don't want to over tighten it, don't want to strip it. Obviously don't want to break anything. and tighten that back up. Push your electrical connector back on. Don't forget your vacuum line. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.